Welcome to our exploration of Sandhigata Roga, a group of diseases unique to the joints or binding parts of the eye. These conditions, described in classical Ayurvedic texts, focus on the pathology and clinical features of eye joint disorders. In this video, we'll break down the classification, symptoms, and underlying causes of these diseases, making it easy to understand even for those new to the topic. Let's begin by understanding what makes these conditions distinct and why they are important in the context of eye health. Sandhigata Netraroga, or diseases of the eye joints, are classified into several types based on their location and clinical presentation. The main categories include Karnika Sandhigata, Pakshmavatma Sandhigata, Shukla-Krushna Sandhigata, Parvani, Alaji, and Krimi-granthi. Each type has unique features and symptoms, which we'll discuss in detail. This classification helps practitioners identify and manage these conditions effectively, ensuring targeted treatment and better outcomes for patients. The Karnika Sandhigata group includes several conditions affecting the inner canthus or the medial junction of the eye. These are Puyalasa, Srava, with subtypes like Puya-srava, Shleshma-srava, Rakta-srava, Pitta-srava, or Jala-srava, and Upanaha. Each of these presents with distinct symptoms, ranging from pus discharge to swelling and cyst formation. Understanding the Karnika region's vulnerability helps in early detection and management of these disorders. Pakshmavatma Sandhigata refers to diseases occurring at the junction of the eyelids and eyelashes. The most notable condition here is Krimi-granthi or Jantigranthi, which is characterized by cysts or swellings caused by parasitic infestations. These can lead to itching, discomfort, and sometimes visible swelling at the eyelid margin. Recognizing these signs is crucial for timely intervention and preventing complications. Shukla-Krushna Sandhigata diseases affect the junction between the white sclera and black cornea parts of the eye. These conditions are less common, but can present with unique symptoms such as discoloration, swelling, or discomfort at the corneoscleral junction. Early recognition and differentiation from other eye diseases are essential for proper management. Parvani and Alaji are two related conditions that occur at the junction of the Krishna mandala, cornea, and Shukla mandala sclera. Parvani presents as a small, round, copper-colored swelling with burning and pain, while Alaji is a larger swelling with similar features. Both are associated with a vitiated state of local blood and can cause significant discomfort if not treated promptly. Krimi-granthi, also known as Jantigranthi, is a condition marked by cysts or swellings at the eyelid margin due to parasitic infestation. These parasites can invade the inner lining of the eyelid, causing itching, discomfort, and sometimes visible nodules. Proper hygiene and early treatment are key to managing this condition and preventing its spread. Puyalasa corresponds to acute dacryocystitis, or lacrimal abscess in modern terms. It is characterized by a suppurated swelling at the eye joint, exuding thick, foul-smelling pus. This condition can be painful and may require prompt medical attention to prevent complications such as the spread of infection. Upanaha is described as a painless cyst of considerable size occurring at the union of the pupil and the Krishna mandala. It is often accompanied by mild itching and a little suppuration. Though not usually painful, its presence can cause discomfort and may interfere with normal eye function if left untreated. Srava refers to various types of discharges from the eye joint, each associated with different underlying causes. The main types include Puya-srava pus discharge, Shleshma-srava mucoid discharge, Rakta-srava blood streak discharge, and Pitta-srava or Jala-srava watery discharge. Identifying the type of discharge is crucial for diagnosing the specific disorder and guiding treatment. The etiology, or causes, of Sandhi Gata Roga are similar to those of other eye diseases. Factors such as infection, trauma, poor hygiene, and systemic diseases can contribute to the development of these conditions. Understanding the root causes helps in both prevention and effective management. The pathogenesis, or development, of Sandhi Gata Roga involves the derangement of local tissues and fluids, often influenced by the body's doshas, kapha, pitta, and rakta. These imbalances lead to inflammation, swelling, and various types of discharges at the eye joints. Recognizing the underlying pathogenesis is key to choosing the right treatment approach. Many Sandhigata Roga originate at the Kaninika Sandhi, the inner canthus or medial junction of the eye. This area is particularly susceptible to infections and blockages due to its anatomical structure. Early identification of symptoms in this region can help prevent the progression of disease. Purvarupa refers to the early or prodromal symptoms that precede the full development of Sandhigata Roga. These may include mild discomfort, itching, slight swelling, or watery discharge. Recognizing these early signs allows for timely intervention and can prevent more severe complications. The chapter on Sandhigata Roga Vijnana in classical texts provides a detailed account of the pathology and clinical features of eye joint diseases. It lists 9 main diseases, each with specific symptoms and underlying causes. This knowledge forms the foundation for understanding and managing these unique eye conditions. There are 9 main diseases peculiar to the joints of the eye, as described in Ayurvedic literature. These include Puyalasa, Upanaha, 4 types of srava, Puya-srava, Shleshma-srava, Rakta-srava, Pitta-srava, Parvani, Alaji, and Krimi-granthi. Each has distinct clinical features and requires a tailored approach for diagnosis and treatment. Puyalasa is marked by a suppurated swelling at the eye joint, with dense, foul-smelling pus. The swelling is often painful and can lead to further complications if not addressed. Prompt recognition and treatment are essential to prevent the spread of infection and preserve eye function. Upanaha presents as a painless, large cyst at the union of the pupil and Krishna mandala. It is accompanied by mild itching and some suppuration. While not usually painful, it can cause discomfort and may require surgical intervention if it grows large. Srava encompasses several types of discharge from the eye joint, each linked to different doshic imbalances. Puya-srava involves pus, Shleshma-srava is mucoid, Rakta-srava is blood-streaked, and Pitta-srava is watery. The nature of the discharge provides clues to the underlying pathology. The different types of srava are associated with specific doshas, kapha, pitta, and rakta. For example, Shleshma-srava is linked to kapha, Rakta-srava to blood, and Pitta-srava to pitta. Understanding which dosha is involved helps guide the choice of treatment and management strategies. Puya-srava is characterized by the discharge of thick, dense pus from the eye joint. This usually indicates a severe infection and requires immediate medical attention. The presence of pus is a sign of tissue breakdown and ongoing inflammation. Shleshma-srava presents as a slimy, white, and thick mucopurulent discharge from the eye joint. It is typically painless and associated with kapha dosha imbalance. This type of discharge suggests a chronic, low-grade infection or inflammation. Rakta-srava is marked by a thin, warm, and blood-streaked discharge from the eye joint. This occurs due to a contaminated state of the local blood, often indicating more severe tissue involvement and inflammation. Immediate evaluation is necessary to prevent further complications. Pitta-srava, also known as Hala-srava, is characterized by a warm, water-like, and yellowish or bluish discharge from the middle part of the eye joint. This is typically associated with pitta dosha imbalance and may be seen in cases of acute inflammation. Parvani presents as a small, round, copper-colored swelling at the junction of the Krishna mandala and Shukla mandala. It is associated with burning, aching pain, and a vitiated state of local blood. This condition can be quite uncomfortable and may require anti-inflammatory treatment. Alaji is similar to Parvani but presents as a larger swelling at the same junction. It shares features like burning and aching pain, but the size and severity are greater. Differentiating between Parvani and Alaji is important for proper management. Krimi-granthi is a cyst or swelling at the eyelid margin caused by parasitic infestation. The affected area may itch, swell, and sometimes show visible nodules. Parasites can invade the inner lining of the eyelid, making hygiene and early treatment essential. The pathology of Sandhi Gata Roga involves the derangement of local tissues, fluids, and doshas at the eye joints. Infections, inflammation, and parasitic infestations are common underlying mechanisms. Understanding the pathology helps in choosing the right therapeutic interventions. Doshas play a central role in the development of Sandhi Gata Roga. Kapha, Pitta, and Rakta are the main doshas involved, each producing characteristic symptoms and types of discharge. Vayu is generally not implicated in these conditions. Identifying the dominant dosha helps tailor the treatment. The clinical features of Sandhi Gata Roga include swelling, discharge, pain, itching, and sometimes visible cysts or nodules. The nature and severity of symptoms depend on the underlying cause and dosha involvement. Early recognition and differentiation are key to effective management. Diagnosis of Sandhi Gata Roga is based on clinical examination, history, and identification of characteristic symptoms. Observing the type of swelling, discharge, and associated features helps pinpoint the specific disease. Laboratory tests may be used to confirm infection or rule out other causes. Treatment of Sandhi Gata Roga focuses on addressing the underlying cause, reducing inflammation, and managing symptoms. This may include antibiotics for infection, anti-inflammatory medications, and surgical intervention for cysts or abscesses. Ayurvedic therapies may also be used to balance the doshas. Prevention of Sandhi Gata Roga involves maintaining good eye hygiene, avoiding trauma, and treating systemic diseases promptly. Regular eye checkups and early intervention at the first sign of symptoms can help prevent complications and preserve vision. If left untreated, Sandhi Gata Roga can lead to serious complications such as vision loss, spread of infection, and chronic inflammation. Recognizing warning signs and seeking timely medical care is essential to prevent long-term damage. From a modern medical perspective, many Sandhi Gata Roga correspond to conditions like dacryocystitis, conjunctivitis, and eyelid cysts. Integrating traditional and modern approaches can enhance diagnosis and treatment, ensuring comprehensive eye care. Let's look at a case study of Puyalasa. A patient presents with a painful swollen area at the inner canthus, exuding thick pus. Clinical examination confirms acute dacryocystitis. Treatment involves antibiotics, warm compresses, and sometimes surgical drainage. Early intervention leads to full recovery. In another case, a patient reports itching and swelling at the eyelid margin. Examination reveals a small cyst with evidence of parasitic infestation. Treatment includes removal of the cyst, anti-parasitic medication, and improved hygiene. The patient recovers without complications. A third case involves a patient with a small copper-colored swelling at the corneoscleral junction, accompanied by burning and pain. Diagnosis of Parvani is made, and anti-inflammatory treatment is started. Symptoms resolve with proper care. To summarize, Sandhi Gata Roga includes a variety of diseases affecting the joints of the eye. Each has unique symptoms, underlying causes, and treatment approaches. Early recognition, proper diagnosis, and timely intervention are essential for preserving vision and preventing complications. Ayurvedic management of Sandhi Gata Roga includes herbal medicines, topical applications, and procedures like leech therapy or fomentation. The goal is to balance the doshas, reduce inflammation, and promote healing. Consultation with an experienced practitioner is recommended for best results. Maintaining proper eye hygiene is crucial in preventing Sandhi Gata Roga. Regular cleaning of the eyelids, avoiding touching the eyes with dirty hands, and prompt treatment of infections can significantly reduce the risk of developing these conditions. If you notice persistent swelling, discharge, pain, or changes in vision, it's important to seek medical attention promptly. Early diagnosis and treatment can prevent complications and ensure the best possible outcome for your eye health. Sandhi Gata Roga represents a unique group of eye diseases that require careful attention and management. By understanding their classification, symptoms, and treatment options, both patients and practitioners can work together to maintain optimal eye health. For those interested in learning more, classical Ayurvedic texts such as the Sushruta Samhita provide detailed descriptions of Sandhi Gata Roga. Modern ophthalmology resources can also offer valuable insights into the diagnosis and management of these conditions. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of Sandhi Gata Roga. We hope this video has enhanced your understanding of eye joint diseases and their management. Stay informed, take care of your eyes, and consult a healthcare professional for any concerns.